Hey there, just wanted to give everybody an update about band camp. I met with student leaders today and we had a lot of good discussion about the way forward and how things will be looking like over the next few days. We are under a severely modified schedule from what I sent out initially. To be honest, I should have waited because it's now a lot different. So I apologize for some kind of inconveniences there, but I'm trying as best I can to focus on what we can do and not what we can't do. That was the biggest discussion I had with the student leaders today. Is it's not going to do any good to be upset about things as they are that we cannot control. We have to make sure that we begin the process of getting back together, making music and being together as a group. So that's what these next few weeks are going to look like for us. We have a modified schedule, what we normally would have. We are unfortunately limited to 90 minutes per day per group. It's basically going to be used just as a time of conditioning, just kind of getting, like I said, getting back together and beginning to play our instruments again, and just getting familiar with our basic marching steps. There's a whole bunch of procedures that we're going to need to follow that I've outlined in a couple different documents that I'm going to share with you guys. The biggest thing is there's two forms that need to be submitted. One is a release of liability form, and then another one is a guidelines form that you need to read through and just sign that you understand and will abide by the guidelines. A couple of really important things. You have to bring your own water jug. We're not allowed to refill water bottles from water fountains or anything. We will have some water on hand from the supply that we have. We are allowed to use water bottles, and if you guys are able to donate cases of water to the band, that would be great, so we have more of a supply on hand for those that need it. But please invest in a 1-gallon water cooler. You can get them on Amazon for $8. I put the link in the procedures document that I'm going to share with you. It's Thursday and you may not have it by Monday, but it is what it is. It is an option if that's something that you can order on short notice, or maybe you can find something similar at Walmart. But it's a 1-gallon water cooler that's got a little spigot that you can drink from, and it allows you to have a lot more water on hand that stays cold. The other thing is masks. I know we saw the governor's announcement about everyone has to be wearing a mask unless we are playing or unless we are doing vigorous physical conditioning type things. When we're arriving on campus, when we're departing campus, when we're on break from playing, even when not playing at a particular time, try to keep the mask on as much as you can. I just appreciate your cooperation and your patience with that. That's going to be crucial to our success at doing this. We are one of the few districts that are still kind of gathering in whatever form or fashion, so we don't want to put any detriment to that, so we just want to do what we can to follow the rules and the procedures, so forth on that matter. There is a map that I will be sharing with you that has detailed locations of where kids will use the restroom during their rehearsal time. There's also specific screening locations, and then rehearsal locations. We're running multiple groups. As I shared with in the email, that hasn't changed. Based on the number of staff that we have, we'll have a percussion group, a guard group, 2 winds groups. The difference is we are not able to run an evening session anymore because we won't have the ability to have the restrooms sanitized after the custodians are off for the day, so we need to stick to regular school business hours for that. I mentioned this earlier, we're also limited to 90 minutes, so we'll basically run guard and drumline in the morning, and then 2 winds groups will come in staggered 30 minutes so that we have time to screen the guard and percussion, and then we'll screen the winds groups. The winds are divided into 4 equal groups of exactly 24 because the current gathering limit is 25, so that's 24 kids and 1 instructor. Fortunately, I don't know how, but it magically worked out to fit the kids within their sections. Some odd sections are grouped together, but I was able to fit all the brass separated into 2 pods, and all the woodwinds separated into 2 pods. So Monday and Wednesdays will be brass days, and Tuesdays and Thursdays will be woodwind days. Myself and Mr. Dundor will be the instructors for those winds groups. So we'll have guard and percussion with their own staff working in isolation independently, and then I will have a group and Mr. Dundor will have a group each day. So again, brass on Monday, woodwind Tuesday, then brass again on Wednesday, then woodwinds on Thursday. The locations you'll see on the map, one is on the practice field, the other is on the softball field, and we'll alternate report locations so that one of the groups is on the field, then one of the group is on the softball field doing music, and then the next day they'll switch so that the other group gets a chance to be on the practice field and work on marching while the other group does music. The rehearsal times, drumline will be 8:30 to 10, winds group A and B, so that is brass on Mondays and Wednesdays. You will practice 9:30 to 11. Front ensemble will practice from 1:30 to 3. Okay. On Tuesday, winds group C and D will report 9:30 to 11, same time. Drumline will rehearse every day. Guard will rehearse every day, 8:30 to 10. Because of the availability of the instructor, on weeks 2 and 3, guard will actually be practicing from 11 to 12:30. So next week it'll be 8:30 to 10, but the following week it'll be 11 to 12:30. So we'll send out reminders, but we do have the limitation of the availability of the instructors, so that's why the time is a little bit different. On the map you'll see all the locations for in case it rains and what we'll do in those procedures. Make sure you read everything thoroughly and make sure that you report on the correct day, at the correct time, and to the correct location. Again, this is not at all what I wanted it to be, but this is at least a start and a chance for us to start making music and getting back together again. And I just really appreciate your patience, as it's taken quite a bit of effort to get us to this point. It's just been a long process, even though I know there hasn't been much communication, but it's honestly because there hasn't been much to communicate until within the last 6 to 7 days. We've just been kind of scrambling to get everything together and bring the kids back safely. I hope this kind of helps you guys understand the guidelines and the documentation that I'm sharing with you. And again, I'll be available for questions. Just email me or shoot me a text, as long as it's at a reasonable hour, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. But for now, we will see you guys on Monday at the times listed in the guidelines and the documents. And don't forget your forms, don't forget your mask, don't forget your water bottle. If you need a printed copy, you have no way to print it on your own, I'll leave some in the main office for you to get tomorrow. It's Friday, I understand, but we just got this stuff this week, so I apologize if that causes any inconvenience, but we have to have it in place. So again, just let me know if you need anything, and we will see you guys on Monday.